got more massive updates from GameCross. Let's check them out.
How's it going, everyone? Want to take you guys through some Clair Obscur Expedition 33 updates. Nothing incredibly major in this video. If you want a big overview of the game, check out our Before You Spend video, went in depth on the game, and a lot to look forward to there. However, there is some key points I do want to note. Look, the game is coming out at $44.99 with the pre-purchase offer. If you are buying the game on PC and you have yet to pick it up, I have a way for you guys to get the game even cheaper, and you'll support the game. You'll get a Steam key, and you'll have the game on Steam, but you'll get it even cheaper, a Steam key that redeems directly on Steam. We'll talk all about that. We do have a brand new video behind the voices of Expedition 33, which this game has an incredibly star-studded cast of voice actors as well. I do want to go over the original soundtrack, and you can check that out. And on top of...
Can we just give a shout out to Sandfalls Interactive? You know, unlike some other game developers or game companies like Nintendo and Rockstar, at least they're actually giving us a AAA game at an extremely fair price. How many of them can you actually honestly say is going to sit there and release a AAA game at $50 nowadays? Are you kidding me? I mean, we got that. The last one I could think of, we got Rogue City, you know, from RoboCop. I believe it was $50 if I remember correctly, which phenomenal game, but it was only like 10 hours. This one is going to be a 30-hour main campaign. So we're literally getting AAA prices at the AAA standard for $50. That's an amazing deal. So I will give Sandfall Interactive all the love that they deserve.
That will give an overview of the characters at the end of this video. You guys may have been seeing some of the character trailers. There are some characters that are gonna be a part of the game, a big part of the game, that haven't gotten character trailers. I think they want to keep them a little bit under wraps. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But right off the bat, our friends over at Green Man Gaming have got both the standard edition and the deluxe edition of Clair Obscur Expedition 33 even cheaper than what they are offered for on Steam. On Steam, it's $44.99. On GMG, it's listed at $44.99. However, you can use the code APR15, that's APR15, to save even more, and you'll end up getting the standard edition for $42.50, or the deluxe edition will be even cheaper as well. I see most people gravitating towards the standard edition, given that the deluxe edition, a lot of it is just cosmetics. If you want to support the game, get the deluxe edition. If you want to support it even more, that is. But if you just want to get the base game, the standard edition is a great option. And for those of you that have XP membership at Green Man Gaming, you get that by just buying stuff at GMG over time. You'll get the game even cheaper, 28% off for $36 for the standard edition. The deluxe edition would be down all the way to $43.19. Now, that is just for XP members, but all users that buy the game will not have to pay.
Wow, that's an amazing deal. You can get it even cheaper than $50. Now, I'm going to get it on Game Pass. So, I mean, yeah, I already paid my Game Pass membership, so I'm going to get it. Now, if the game turns out to be a really good game, though, I will be buying an actual physical copy of the game just to support the devs. Because this is when when a development company comes out with a game at this high of a quality at such a fair price like this, these are the people that deserve our money. Unlike Nintendo and Rockstar that overcharge us and rip us off, you know, that's why you buy their games free on, so they don't get none of your money.
Tax either. You'll get a Steam key for the game, and you'll redeem it directly on Steam, and you'll be good to go. This is one of the best deals that I've seen on a PC game all year long. I know a lot of our audience are buying this game on PlayStation, but I do see quite a lot of our audience also, you know, having enough of PlayStation, shifting to PC, so on and so forth. So if you're looking to pick up Expedition 33 a little bit cheaper, go on over to GMG. You'll get a Steam key. It is a verified copy of the game. Sandfall and Kepler Interactive is supported. Just a fantastic deal. I mean, I've been talking a lot about the $50 price point, and that's the base price. It's really $45 with that pre-purchase offer, but that's already incredible given the fact that this is a cheaper game, but it's gonna have 30 hours of content in its main story. It's gonna have more optional content for you to dive into. This game, at a visual level, is one of the best looking games that we've seen in quite a while, and definitely in the mix for the best graphics of the year. And from a gameplay standpoint, incredibly compelling. You've already heard me talk ad nauseum about this game, but the fact that you can get it for $36 right now if you're an XP member at Green Man Gaming, or even if you just want to utilize the code APR15 and you're not an XP member, that's a great deal. $42.50, no tax either. Fantastic. This is one of those games, you guys, that, you know, it's hard to get so excited for a game, but even if this isn't the best game of the year, which being the best game of the year is always going to be quite difficult, this is one of those games that represent a lot of the good in gaming, and
I completely agree with you, GameCross. This game, this is what we need in this gaming landscape. We need to be given good games at fair prices. It was just like I said, Sandfall Interactive deserves our money. if this game turns out to be a banger. Now, if it doesn't, then obviously no. If this game turns out to be horrible, then don't spend your money on it. We will let you know, I promise.
A game that I just want to see do well. It's not at an $80 price tag. It's a compelling new IP with an incredible premise. It's got an evolution of a classic gameplay style that is beloved. Gorgeous visuals, a great backdrop, great soundtrack. The promotional rollout has been amazing. You're not talking about a game that was revealed 8 years ago and just kept jerking the fans around and had people excited for a game that you were questioning whether or not it was ever going to come out. No, it was revealed last June. The game is coming out in just a week. This game has done everything right, in my humble opinion, and I just want to see them be supported for doing everything right, and you can support them and buy the game even cheaper. I get that the game is going to be available on Game Pass. Look, play it on Game Pass. The fact that you play it on Game Pass and the stat is there and they can promote, oh, this many people played on Game Pass, that's great, but I do think this is a game that'll be worthwhile to pick up. Support the game, support Sandfall, support Kepler, and hopefully Sandfall will have another outing. I'm so curious to see how this game does from a concurrent player count standpoint on Steam.
Oh, trust me, GameCross, if this game turns out to be an actual game worth buying, after I played on Game Pass, of course, you know, I will sit there and buy this actual physical copy just so I can sit there and support them. It will be a brand new copy also, and I probably will never open it. I'll probably just keep it.
It'll be interesting to follow that, given that it is on Game Pass, but incredibly excited again. Link to GMG in the description box below. Check it out a little bit cheaper. I do also want to note that the official Clair Obscur Expedition 33 channel has put out a Behind the Voices video, and this game, for a budget game, for a game that is a little bit on the cheaper side, has one of the most star-studded casts of voice actors. In this behind-the-scenes featurette, get an intimate look into the recording process as Jennifer English from Baldur's Gate 3, Ben Starr, who did Clive in Final Fantasy 16, his career has just been blowing up since then, Christy Ryder from The Sandman, Shala Nix, the Old Guard, Rich Keeble from Good Omens, and Maxis Kozora discuss their roles and share their experiences bringing their characters to life. Hear about the story, the creative process, and the emotional journey behind their performances, with a cast that also includes Charlie Cox, Marvel Television's Daredevil Born Again. The fact that they just got Daredevil to voice in this game as well is incredible. Andy Serkis, The Lord of the Rings, Devorah Wild, Baldur's Gate 3, Tracy Wiles, Baldur's Gate 3, and a beautifully crafted French language dub. Their voices help tell the story of a world on the brink of total destruction. I've talked about the sound.
Wow, we get to hear our boy Charlie Cox from Daredevil. Hell yeah. Oh man, I love Daredevil. Always have loved that show. The Netflix one. I haven't watched the new one actually because I don't have Disney Plus, but I'm probably going to get it just so I can watch it. But I do enjoy Charlie Cox. He is the best Daredevil you can have. But he is voicing a character in this game. I mean, we got some great people voicing the characters. I mean, and just like I said, you know, I at first thought this was going to be like a AA game or something. No, this is a full-fledged AAA game, and we're getting at $50, and they're putting this much stuff into it. This is how it's done, how you get people excited for a brand new IP.
Direction of the game. It's not just the soundtrack, it's also the voice acting of this game sounds incredible, and they've got, again, the star-studded cast. I'm so fascinated with how they got this crew together to do the voice acting of this game and what the budget was attached to it, because it's coming out at a cheaper price point. Maybe that Game Pass money is quite good. I don't know, but who cares? Again, it's coming out at a cheaper price point. You've got the star-studded cast. You've got a bigger budget experience to it as well. That vibe to it is definitely there. The content level is definitely there, but from the standpoint of the price point, it's certainly not an $80, $70 game, so that's incredible. The original soundtrack, if you do want to listen to it, it is available on streaming platform, so I'll leave a link to that if you do want to check that out as well. And then one final thing, if you go to the characters page on the official website, and I bring this up because they have been rolling out those character trailers, they go over a portion of the cast, but not the entirety of the cast. Let me go over the entirety of the cast. First, the ones that have...
Well, GameCross, probably the reason why it's so hard to believe at the price point they're receiving and how they were able to dump this big budget game like this. Maybe games don't cost as much money to make as the game developers are making us believe. Because if you look at Black Myth Wukong, they didn't release it at $70. They released it at $60, if I remember correctly. You know, so, you know, we're starting to see these outside companies from different countries producing these quality games and giving us at a fair price. You know, so I'm starting to say screw American companies at this point and screw, you know, Japanese companies like Nintendo.
Cast for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. We've had character shows for Gustave, Lune, Chiel, Mael, and Monaco. However, the characters of Renoir and Verso still shrouded in a little bit of mystery, so I do appreciate that. The game will be officially launched on April the 24th, and again, if you're even remotely into RPGs, or you just want to support a new IP that's also coming out at a cheaper price point, link to Green Man Gaming in the description box below. If you're an XP member, you'll get it for $36. If you're not, use the code APR15, that is APR15, I'll leave it in the description box below as well, and you'll get it for $42.50. You won't pay tax either, so you're saving even more than that. So
I skipped over the characters because we don't need to sit there and go through that part, but you know, they all look great. My favorite one, I want to try out that brunette woman, the one that does the magic. she's going to look like she's going to be awesome. And the one guy that really loves to fight, the one that doesn't look human, that guy looks awesome also. But just checking out the battling in this game, it so reminds me of the Legend of Dragoon style battling with all the button smashing. And I love Legend of Dragoon. They are one of my favorite all time. They are probably my all-time favorite JRPGs of all time. There's no thing greater than Legend of Dragoon. But that's it for my reaction. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay vigilant.